everyone is innocent until proven guilty. So, what I'm saying is, a lot of people, when they have a negative experience with people in general, or even if it's not people, like a certain activity or a certain thing, they automatically will get these negative thoughts about that activity or subject or type of person in their mind. And what I'm saying is, view everybody like a new person because they are. So, for example, let's say you had a girlfriend, and then let's say that she cheated on you, or she ruined your trust. Or let's say if you're a girl, let's say your boyfriend cheated on you and did the same thing, right? Just because that happened to you from that specific person doesn't mean that everybody else that is new that comes into your life should automatically be blamed for their actions, because that doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that to new people that want to be in your life? Now, I'm not saying don't have like a guard up a little bit. Obviously, you're naturally going to have that. But what I'm saying is, don't like start blaming somebody for something that somebody else did. Give people a chance to be in your life, because truly, if you're religious, God works in mysterious ways. You really don't know what could happen. So just, give people a chance to be in your life. Just because they might be like different doesn't mean you should automatically like reject them. Like, give them a shot to be a part of your life. It's a blessing to be it's a blessing for people to be involved with your life. So you need to look at it that way. Just because it's a blessing to them doesn't mean that you should automatically push them away. Give them a chance, let them speak, and then make your thought up after the fact. But if your initial thought right when seeing them is just negative, you're gonna have a really hard time meeting new people. So, with anybody, just anybody, anything, treat them like they are new, because realistically they are. You're really gonna miss out on a lot of new friends, new relationships with people, or new opportunities because you had one bad experience. So, like, let's take a non-person example, right? Let's say you invested in a stock, right? Let's say you invested in a stock, it was your first time, and let's say you were a little bit risky with your money, you put 5 grand in, and you lose all 5 grand. Like, you're zero money made back, you lost it all. Does that mean you should stop investing? No. You should keep doing it, just next time be smarter about it, research it, and then take a better risk. But don't completely quit just because, one thing didn't go your way. And it's the same thing with that, and it's the same thing with people, it's the same thing with new activities that come into your life, it's the same thing with anything. So view everything like it's a new door. View a new person that comes in your life like it's a new doorway. Give them a chance, figure out what kind of person they are, and then make your decision up after the fact. But don't automatically go in thinking negatively about everybody, because then one, no one's gonna like you. Two, it's gonna be really hard to meet new people because you're always constantly blaming them for what somebody else did. That's literally what damaged goods is. When somebody says a girl or a guy's damaged goods, it's somebody who was treated poorly, and then now they put that blame from what happened in their past onto everybody else that's new and that comes in their life. And that's why they stay single for the rest of their lives, because they're constantly nitpicking, blaming everybody for everything. So that makes it just a living hell for the person that's dating them, because you don't want to be, you're literally moving out of your parents' house to gain more freedom. So why would you want to walk into a relationship thinking that you're dating like a parent? Like somebody who's constantly looking over you, constantly has to know where you're at, constantly has to do this, you have to do this, you have to do that, you gotta do this thing, you gotta do this thing. The whole point was to gain more freedom. If you're not gaining freedom, you're just going back to basically childhood, but not in a way that you would actually like. And in my personal opinion, I think the number one thing when it comes to dating, or like finding at least this is coming from my perspective, when finding a girl, I think the number one thing is probably peace. Because like, why do I want to walk into a relationship and then be bombarded by a bunch of like accusations, or they have to know where I'm at 24/7, which that one's not as big of a deal because I feel like some people just want to know where you are just to make sure you're safe or whatever, which that's different. But if they want to know where I'm at and they're constantly accusing me of cheating or constantly accusing me of doing every negative thing in the book just because what happened in their past, I don't want to be involved in that. Nobody wants to. That's just the reality. People will deal with it, and they might not admit that it's a problem, but I promise you, at someday in your life, if you're in that kind of relationship, no matter if it's friendship, actual intimate relationship, it doesn't matter what it is, it's gonna get really old really quick, and you're gonna get drawn away from them like really fast. Unless you really, some people are into that stuff, which, you know, kudos to them, but I think most people, they're not into that. So really, just you need to look at everyone as a new being, treat them with respect. Obviously, keep your guard up, because if you've gone through bad things in your past, that's just natural. You're not going to get rid of that. So keep your guard up, but give them a chance to speak. Don't, like, just off rip accuse them of things and just already in your head give them a bad image before they even said anything. Because there's a lot of people that are like that. And that's, like I said, that's why people are, they're lonely, they can't find anybody, and they don't even look at themselves and think if they're the problem. They're always accusing everybody else of being the issue, when realistically, it's them the entire time. So you just need to stop blaming everybody else for your bad experiences with other people. They're a new person. If you get a bad feeling about them, then you don't need to be around them. But like, what I'm saying is, just give people a chance, because literally you never know what kind of opportunity you could be walking away from by just kicking people out for no reason, or stopping an activity for no reason. Like, if you were to start a business, or you were to start investing, are you going to stop because one mistake happened? No. So are you going to stop meeting new people and getting new experiences because one person messed it up for you? You shouldn't. No, you should give everybody a chance. You don't know what kind of friend that can come out of that opportunity, or potential relationship. You don't know what kind of people you're meeting. Always keep a guard up. You know, be smart about it, but you don't, you know, give everybody a chance. You really don't know what kind of friend group you can end up in. For me personally, I ended up being like, I went from hanging out with like one kid here and there, and then I ended up making a whole group. When these kind of kids, like I would never in my life look at them. If it was like 5 years ago, I would never in my life look at them and be like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna hang out with those kids, because they do things I don't agree with, and then I automatically would remove them out of my life, or not even think them as an option to be even around. But then when I started giving people a chance, I realized that even though these people don't do things I necessarily agree with, when I gave them a chance to speak, we actually realized we had more things in common than what I thought. And in return, when they hang out with me, they become better people. And I'm not trying to like flex or anything. I'm not saying I'm this like perfect being who has no, I'm just like you. I have my own problems. I lack in certain things. But what I'm saying is, I've always wanted to be a good influence to people, especially the people that I know the most. So when I gave these people a chance, I didn't necessarily like think I'd ever hang out with my entire life. I ended up being best friends with them. I'm still friends with them today. And it really works out in my favor. And then they benefit off me. I can benefit off them. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm not, you know, it's not like I'm trying to like take their money or something, but like in a friendship where we benefit off each other, which is good. I benefit off of them, they benefit off of me, we benefit off of each other as a group, and we build each other up as the days go on, which is a good thing. And if there's something that they're involved with that's bad, people like me or just the friends I hang out with, they can put themselves around good people, they can start steering their life away from that and then look towards better things. I've always been the type of person to be in like a big big image kind of guy. I've always wanted to do the most, what people would say is unrealistic thing. And I'm glad I have that mindset, because, you know, some of these people that don't have that, they're like some of the most miserable people ever. And see, that'd be an example for me. Like, I don't want to be around those people, but I would give them the chance to speak. I would talk to them, see what their thoughts on it, and if they're completely against it, I'm not saying I kick them out of my life, but am I going to take them serious? Probably not. And they probably think the same thing about me, because two completely opposites, they're gonna be like, okay, this kid is unrealistic, he's not going anywhere in life, I'm not gonna take him seriously. But doesn't, and the same thing with me for him. This guy doesn't dream big at all. He has no big ambition, no drive to do anything special with his life, so I don't want to be around with him. I might have the same views, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna necessarily kick him out. But if you keep somebody in long enough too, like let's say that's your situation, if you keep them in long enough and they're around you, they might start to realize that, wait, this could be possible. What would happen if I did give something like this a shot? Most people think it's impossible to become a successful actor. Most people think it's impossible to become a successful model, but you're never gonna find out if you never at least give it a chance. Most people think you're never gonna be a successful salesman. Well, that's because majority of the salesmen aren't even giving a fair shot at it at all. They're not trying. They just clock in, they try to sell the car, and then they clock out, and that's it, and they don't care. It's the people that actually have that drive. So don't be scared just by the numbers. Like, if like the numbers for a famous actor or to be a successful actor is probably 0.1% or something. But with the right opportunities that you take advantage of and the right skill set, and you actually have the drive to do it, you literally could be that 1%. I mean, it's happened on and off again. Somebody has to be that 1%. That doesn't just, the 1% isn't just nobody. Somebody has to do it. So why not you? You know, like, why not give it a shot, see what happens, and if it doesn't go well, you find something else, or you keep trying. Because let's be honest, nobody has ever succeeded in life and not failed. It's impossible. It is literally impossible to succeed without failure. Succeed in relationships, you're probably gonna fail in some, unless you're extremely lucky. Then good for you. But most people aren't. And then with successful in money, you're probably gonna lose money, because investing, you're gonna risk money. You're guaranteed to lose some type of money. Whether that's a bunch or a little, you're gonna lose at some point in your life. That's how you learn. You learn from mistakes. If you make 0 mistakes, either you didn't take a big risk or you didn't take any risks at all and you're just playing the safe game, which some people are like that, but usually those people don't get that far when it comes to the financial freedom that everybody wants. That's exactly why it's so hard to get, because nobody wants to take that risk. So, with that being said, I kind of went off topic, but yeah, view everybody as an individual being. No matter, I don't care if you take these two people, let's say they look the exact same, they're twins, right? They're not related, but they're literally twins, like they look the exact same. Your brain is gonna tell you that this person's gonna do the exact same thing that this one is, because they look identical. Now, do not let your brain trick you into this. Actually give these two, let's say you already figured out this one's bad, you don't like it, and that's giving you the bad negative thought in your head about this person because they look similar. Now, give this person a chance to allow them into your life for a little bit, see what they do. It's based on first impression. Give them a chance to speak, give them a chance to figure out, give you a chance to figure out what kind of person they are, and then make your judgment after that. But don't just automatically assume, oh yeah, negative. There's no point in having this person in my life. No, give everybody a chance. I promise you, you're losing a lot more by keeping that negative thought about people than you are having a positive thought about people. You literally never know what could happen. Life is very, very, random. So give people a shot, see how it goes. start viewing everybody in a positive way, especially when you first meet them. And when they mess up and you think it's time to kick them out of your life, then kick them out of your life. You are not obliged. You are not forced to keep these people in your life. So don't be scared to kick them out if they do a certain thing that's just crossing the line. Everybody has different boundaries. If they cross yours, if you want to, give them another chance. Tell them, hey, this is my issue. Either fix it or I'm done hanging out with you, or I'm done talking to you. I don't want to associate with you at all. Then do that. But if you don't think they're crossing the line, you can still say something and give it another shot. But view everybody, especially when you're first meeting them, view everybody in a positive way, not negative. Your life, bro, opportunities, it's really gonna go crazy. But yeah, it's really, and just remember that life isn't too short to make a change.